Now, the special relationship is over. Although, to be honest, I don't think it was a particularly special relationship. It was more like an abusive partnership. That's us and the United States, of course. Never before have we seen a US president so openly not give a stuff about Great Britain. Supposedly, that centres around the idea that Joe Biden is Irish. Well, his family moved to America in the 1800s. Now, I know Joe Biden's quite old, but it's a bit of a stretch to say he's got a direct kinship with the Emerald Isle. He's probably got more in common with the Moon Rock than the people of Dublin. Next, he'll be saying that he's Kenyan because he's traced his family tree all the way back to the cradle of civilization. It's a shame that our relationship with America has deteriorated. Joe Biden forgets that Britain stood with America through some of the world's darkest time. 2 world wars, the Cold War, intervention in the Middle East, to name but a few. Having said that, I get the impression that Joe Biden forgets quite a lot these days. Isn't it strange that Biden made such a big song and dance about how Donald Trump neglected America's allies and isolated it from the world? Biden has cast aside his nation's best friend due to a decision that he made whilst in total isolation at Camp David. This just exposed the hollow nature of Joe Biden's politics. This supposedly mild-mannered uber-liberal brands himself as a loving, kind, woke ambassador for democracy. Well, he hardly ever does proper press conferences. In fact, I struggle to remember him taking questions in the way that Trump did. I can remember him getting pretty shirty with some journalists who did dare to ask him questions, though. He claims to care about women's rights. Well, he's left millions of Afghan women to be sold into sex slavery. He claimed America was back and that it was ready to fulfil its international duty. Well, Biden didn't even bother to speak to Boris Johnson before pulling out of Afghanistan, reportedly. He claims to care about democracy, but it seems increasingly likely that he'll stand down at some point and hand power to Kamala Harris, so the leader of the free world won't have even been directly elected. Joe Biden has decided he doesn't like us. I'm not sure he knows why, but hey-ho. One thing is for sure, we shouldn't have dragged our heels on a trade deal with President Trump. Biden has put us to the back of the queue. Am I massively bothered about the end of our special relationship? Not really. America feels like a superpower on the slide, eating itself alive with a race-related civil war led by a man who often forgets who he's talking to. If anything, I think Joe Biden has done everyone a favour. He's dispelled the myth that orange man bad. He's handed the next election to Trump on a silver platter. America is now an international laughingstock, run by a man that nobody seems to respect.